Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes to help you understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, is the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. Very important when people wear masks and create illusions. Again, we want to know why everything's playing out the way that it is, and if how we are contributing to the imbalances within the situation, because we have the potential to shape shift the energy because there's many different realities that play out at one time. So your level of consciousness depends on the experiences that you live. So if you have formed habits and behaviorisms that are in alignment with your survival because you lived in traumatic experience, the same time, like the same experiences tend to continue to play out within our lives, the same types of karmic themes. And what you'll realize is that what helped you survive now is what is going to block you from actually manifesting, from preventing you from thriving, because the way that we react can't be just automatic all the time. But if you lived in a traumatic experience for a certain amount of time, like I said, you would have conditioned yourself to respond a certain way. Over time, everything is subconscious. You don't even remember it. So what happens is that the universe brings you people so that these karmic themes can replay out, so that gives you an opportunity to actually heal it. Otherwise, you're going into each and every single connection with more and more and more baggage, which is actually what you're seeing a lot of people dealing with right now. You're seeing a lot of people that have gone through traumatic experiences and haven't really healed. And so it continues, like I said, to play out. All right. If you don't understand, you will just follow along. Let's see what the word of the video is. The word of the video is knowledge and wisdom, but we're going to pull another one as well. Now, this represents like a soulmate, a twin flame, or just a past life karmic mate, a very strong spiritual connection. Why? Because again, that knowledge is a higher wisdom. You see the sacred geometry in the back, and you see the dove that represents spirit. So again, the universe is also spirit, because spirit is God. God is ubiquitous. The universe is ubiquitous. Sacred geometry is the language of spirit. So it's more of a knowing, it's more of intuitive, which is that higher wisdom. You're connected to, again, a soulmate that, if you say, patience. It's requiring you a lot of patience to deal with this person. I feel like I do feel that this is going to be a twin flame like reading. And I feel like it is because when we are learning to be in a higher state of consciousness, which is patience, love is kind, love is patient. Well, it's forcing us to be in a certain consciousness. And I feel like you both are very impatient type of people. So you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. So it's almost like I feel like it's going to be the end of no communication soon, because I feel like you're connected to someone that is really like not like is running out of patience on waiting. I feel like they were waiting for you to come back. And I feel like you were waiting for this person to come back. You were never coming back to this person. And so the energy is patience, meaning that something's taking a long time. And ironically, I almost feel like because the universe keeps on putting obstacles in this person's way where they can't come straight to you. And I feel like they must be going through a divorce, or they're going through some separation, or again, it's the end. It's not that long after their previous relationship. There's something there where they needed to finish a connection before they got into another connection. But I almost feel like this person has run into a lot of obstacles, which you may see as bad, but Spirit is saying is good, because this person usually gets very bored, and they usually, no one holds their attention. And the fact that this is not an easy connection, however, there is such a deep spiritual connection, so that that there's attraction, that there's chemistry, that even if you haven't been with the person, you already know there's a knowing. That's that wisdom. So it's almost like it forces both you and this person to be patient, even if it's not what you want. So again, I feel like at this point, it's almost like your person, I feel like is that they're getting overly, like almost like very emotional, and they're getting emotional because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on with you. They don't know what's going on. All they know is that, they left this connection in pieces. They left it fragmented. Like it ended, and it wasn't good, and they didn't do anything to fix it. And I feel like they waited for you to come back, and you didn't come back. Now they're in a place of not feeling like as confident, I should say. And when you were with this person, like you just feel like they didn't give you any time. You felt like they ignored you, and it built up a lot of resentment, because you felt like you kept telling this person like what you needed, how they were making you feel. And instead of them making comforting you, what did they do? They stonewalled you. Again, just ignored you. They ghosted you. Like I said, I feel like they like left without saying goodbye. It was like, I feel like they didn't intend to be gone for so long, but whatever they were doing, you were excluded from it. And so you just feel like this person, like the way that they deal with confrontations is unfair. Like they don't want to really talk about anything. They don't want to work through anything. And you just got to a place where you said enough. And you got enough of this one-sided connection, enough of this connection where you don't like what I'm saying, and instead of you working it out, you go ghost. And then you come back, you act like nothing's the matter, only to do it again. But then you don't really even feel like the connection goes that deep. And so you feel like this person makes you feel uncomfortable, makes it almost feel like that you don't belong. But I feel like it's because they feel uncomfortable. And the reason why I feel like this person like hides the fact that they they're detached, and they're detached because they use substances also. Detached is they know, but they don't have a feeling one way or the other about what they do. The irony is that this person normally doesn't have a connection to people. They do have a connection to you. They normally get bored very easily. They're not bored with you. However, they still are somebody that's disassociated. They're still someone that's fragmented. They did not want to end this connection, but they wanted you to this was a passive aggressive way to kind of scare you into stop bringing up the conversation of you feeling as if you're being left out, if your needs weren't being met. They're almost like, well, if you keep talking, I'm going to give you less. And so you're like, well, why could they stay in a place where they gave me less? And it's because, again, they do drugs, they drink, they have unhealthy habits that restrict them from that not just restrict them, that cut them off from feelings. So it's almost like you feel like this person doesn't care. It's not that they don't care. It's that they're controlling what they feel, because they don't really want to come back to you, and give you what you wanted. I kind of just feel like they wanted to be connected, but they wanted to be in the connection their way. And what you feel like is detached and disassociated, which created trust issues. Even if this person wasn't cheating, you just felt like you can't trust them. And you can't trust them with your heart because they don't show up. Person that emotionally doesn't show up for you doesn't show up. So this is a person that almost like knows that this was a spiritual connection, but couldn't emotionally give you anything. Didn't, not saying that they didn't hang around you, they did, I feel like, but I feel like they were so not emotionally transparent. They were so not normally emotionally available due to whatever trauma that they have gone through in the past. So in that, they avoid you, they avoid any type of conflict. So again, you're telling this person how you feel. They can't show up for themselves emotionally, so they can't show up for you emotionally. That's what you see here. And it's their default mechanism is to avoid. And so of course you confronted this person. And how they saw it is it's like you're creating trouble within the relationship, which made you angry. And made them angry too, because you're questioning them about their inconsistency. And then what happened is, again, they got self-righteous. And that's when I feel like they, ghosted you. That's when they stonewalled you. And there's always a sense that they're trying to get over. They was trying to deceive you because listen, was a spiritual connection. You had expectations of them, but I feel like they have expectations too. And because they get bored easily, I feel like they tend to rush into relationships really fast. And the thing is, this connection has not gone fast. They haven't had any control over it. The truth of the matter is that if this relationship would be like evenly paced and they were in your life every day, there's a sense that they're like always like they're there, but they're not. They get distracted easily. And so that's the issue. They want to act superior. They still want to act in control, but no one wants to be in a connection with someone that's kind of like checked out. And that's what it feels like. Even if you guys didn't hang out, you feel like they're always distracted, that there's something keeping them from you. And I feel like, yeah, it is them. It's them with their reckless behavior. And it's the way of, again, pushing you into being submissive to them, not really caring about your opinions, not caring about like what it is that is like how you feel, but pretending that they're unaware of it. And it's just draining. It was draining for you. So that's pretty much what it was here. I feel like this person like if there was a karmic, if there is a karmic or someone else, it's like they're not involved with that person. They may blame that it's that person, but it's not. It's that this person isn't 100% ready. And it's like, I think that they know that they have to, if they're going to be with you, they would have to heal, that they would have to, because the relationship, like you're not going to just settle for anything. Now let's see what they think. See, it's again, they feel the same sexual energy between you, but it's beyond physical attraction, but it needs to be elevated. So there's a lot of passion, as I said, lust, but it needs to be elevated. It's on a low vibration, so it needs to be elevated to unconditional love. This person has unconditional love for you. However, they refuse to express it. They refuse to show it within their actions. They play a lot of games. And this is the problem when you are connected to someone that there is a spiritual connection, like we said, and there's a lot of passion there. And really, it needs to be elevated to unconditional love. There is this unconditional love bond there, but it doesn't reflect out in this person's character, in their habits and how they treat you, because they're wounded. But Spirit's saying it's like, it's that energy is there, but work needs to be done. But you're the alchemist and you transform fear into love and shadow into light. So it's, again, this connection is like a soulmate twin flame connection is what I'm really feeling, because it's, again, why do we get our soulmate twin flame? Well, the passion is to transmute your negative wounds. So what I'm seeing here is that you're connected to a soulmate twin flame. However, this person was not elevated when you were dealing with them. They wanted to keep it in a low vibration, which is just focused on the passion. Here for a good time, not a long time, no commitment. Thing is that this person sees that they're not really getting away with it. You saw that what it was, and you walked away because you said it's unfair. Now this person still has feelings for you, because soulmate twin flame, that's really what it is. There's always a runner and a chaser. So of course this person does not like your boundaries. Of course that they don't like, the fact that you have rules. They want you to just, fall deep into the passion. And you're like, no, because that's actually being with a karmic mate. And I do believe that all twin flames are karmic mates before they are ready to step up into the twin flame. But this person is like, they know that they're coming back to you. They don't know where they are, but they know that they're coming back to you, okay? They're like, because you feel like home. They just don't know where they are on the path, and that they've been learning about twin flames, and it just feels right to them. So it's almost like they ruin the connection, and they ruin their connection because their ego is fragile to criticism and rejection. And that's how they saw what you were saying to them. And so they've created walls to protect themselves. And that's that self-righteous behavior. That's how this person played like they didn't really know. Don't judge this, and they know that they shouldn't judge this, that they need to surrender to it. They know that it's triggering, but from a higher perspective, it's clearing energy and bringing you closer together. And again, that's what the alchemist does. Remember, it's the alchemist recognizes the trigger first, and then it's from a higher perspective, it's to look at it through the lens of unconditional love, that this person is your mirror. This person is triggering you, right? So of what needs to be healed. So from a higher perspective, it gives you that opportunity to move into the place of unconditional love. And this person is like, actually, they are that mirror, and they do have unconditional love. And it says again, 1111, that's awakening. That's also like that twin flame number. And that this person has never felt love like this before. The depths of it can be so inspiring, but also overwhelming. Like it's a lot for this person. It's like that is being shut off emotionally. Just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. They love the fact that you're in the community and that you help out, and that you have friends, and that you're interactive. I feel like this person usually winds up with people that, don't really have that many friends, aren't really that active, and it depends on them to create a life where this person says, wow, you have a life of your own. And they feel like they would complement it, that you would complement their life, that they can complement your life. They know in their heart that they're going to be together with you one day. And that helps them to, keep working on themselves. And they believe that you should still work on yourself too, because that's what the soulmate and the twin flame connection and separation actually do. They work on themselves so that they can be the best version of themselves. So when they come back, they're actually who they're supposed to be. Understand this person, part of that is understanding how their thoughts create their reality, and that they know that they need to stay positive, and they're curious, do you get triggered? Because they know that they get triggered. So I mean, they feel like it's a twin flame connection. They're in the process of healing. They don't know when they're coming back, but they know that they're making their way back to you. Doesn't mean that you need to be with them, but if this is a real twin flame connection, you will be with them because, understand a lot of the twin flame connection happens in separation, believe it or not, because both parties were taught that love was conditional. So the fact that in separation and the fact that you can't control it, you can't rush the process. You have no, this is the divine has a hand in the connection. Like you have to surrender to it because you cannot break that unconditional love. But like whether you want to or not, doesn't mean that it's not triggering. It's supposed to be triggering to awaken all your blocks so that you can heal. And that's what I said. This person, like again, ghosted, and that's what you're feeling. But I feel like again, like again, there's going to be something that happens for you that you're going to be out in the public celebrating something, I feel like. And what they're going to do is I feel like they are going to come in. They are going to come in, but I feel like part of this person is going to come in more like, because they don't know how to come in, more like a friend, more like a friend. So I feel like they're going to try and either bump into you, they're going to try and it's like, so that shows again, because I feel like they don't really know how to come back from this sudden ending that they did. Again, like you said, I feel like you guys were talking, everything was fine, and then they just like disappeared. Like, oh, it's almost like they got freaked out by the connection because it was so deep. And it was so, and also you weren't going to play by their rules. And so I feel like for all those reasons, um, and I'm just curious, I'm like, why all of a sudden did this person decide to come back? They regret lying to you. It's like, that's not what I want. It's like, this person, like I said, is trying to bump into you. They look for you everywhere. Because you're the best thing in my life. The person realizes that you're the best thing in their life. And but they realize they can't get you off their minds. And they're afraid that you're going to leave them behind. And they realize, and this person just is like, we're going to be together again. I am becoming a better person in the process, which is actually what the twin flame connection does. So I just feel like I'm starting to understand our connection. So yeah, like this person just, I feel like realizes that you're the best catch. Unfortunately, it was after they played a lot of games. And so I feel like they had to get to a point where they learned what unconditional love was. But understanding the twin flame always has to come back and surrender their ego. And the fact that this person ghosted you and they don't know how to come back and they're trying to like just like bump into you, they look for you everywhere so that they can bump into you. So any little thing that this person finds out that you're going to be at, like if you post that you're going to be somewhere, don't be surprised if all of a sudden you see this person. It's like because part of them doesn't know how you're going to react. And I don't feel like they're as secure, but they don't want to miss out on the opportunity is what I feel. And so you have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? And understand that just because they're coming back doesn't mean that you need to take them back. But if it's a real twin flame connection, you're going to want to take them back. And you're going to want to take them back because you have feelings for them. It's again, I feel like you know what? It's like you're gonna welcome it, but I feel like it's gonna be more like having a lot of conversations. Like you guys are gonna start off as friends, though this person wants more as friends. Like I said, the wishful thinking is that they want more. And the reason why is because you feel like home to this person. So it is something that, like I said, they do want. I feel like it's something that you do want also because they feel like home to you too. These were your cards. And it is a wish. that they would come back, but healthier. It's like they weren't healthier. They weren't just spiritually, but I believe during the separation, that's what they're doing. They're becoming a better person because they're doing work. So what are you doing in the separation? Were you supposed to learn during this time? Well, again, the inner child wounds will tell us what needs to be healed and why you attracted this person. Right now, we pulled the number one card, which is physical touch, which is associated with um, emotional fulfillment. This person wasn't there. And it was very confusing because you felt like there was unconditional love. So before, when you grew up with parents or grew up in a family that they didn't express emotions, they didn't give you the emotional support, and it was confusing. That was the imprint, that it was confusing. However, I do feel as if you're someone that knows how to heal yourself, cleanse yourself of those um, the imprint feelings again of abandonment. And I feel like it's because you know how to do, again, because you're optimistic. That's a gift. But I also feel like you were in your gifts, like understand imagination, which that is part of your gifts. If you can imagine it, you can create it. So when you were a child, you emotionally didn't get what you needed. It was very confusing, but you were someone that was optimistic. You're someone that was able to like stay positive and heal yourself. And that was through the imagination. That's again how you again really, I feel like, escaped. However, you were like around a person that I feel like oppressed you. And so had to dim your lights. You didn't, again, emotionally, you were not supported. And I feel like you could have even been bullied or me. And to be bullied by a parent is terrifying. Um, and I say that only because we see support here and we see self-sabotage. Like these cards were right on the top. And so, you know, what you see here is you didn't emotionally get what you needed. And because you didn't have the support, and instead you were oppressed. And this is where self-sabotaging behaviorism is actually stemmed from, because on some level, you still believe that you weren't deserving of. So in this case, deserving of love. So I think that you didn't notice that this person really emotionally didn't give you that much in the beginning, or what you assumed was that they were going to give you more, that they were going to treat you the way that you would treat them because of the strong connection, but that's not what happened. And I feel like that awakened the trauma, and that trauma pushed you back into your imagination, which again, and through that your imagination, you're able to like create the support, which for the emotional, and that's through again being optimistic, and I'm feeling like, and partially to nurture yourself, not just nurture yourself, but to play, when we're grounded. Again, this says outdoors in nature, though you can't see it because it's a green card. Outdoors in nature represents a grounding. It means earth. It means connection to the people and things that are on the earth. And when you do it as an adult, it's the same way as you do it as a child. You go out and play. You join things. You're interactive in things. You nurture yourself. That's how you're able to stay optimistic. You are able to make a way where there is no way, through the fact, again, that you're going and playing by, again, giving yourself what emotionally is going to fulfill you. That is how you connect with other people. And that is what gives you the support, and the support where, again, you're not going to like be suppressed or oppressed from these things that you join, what that energy is going to do is you're going to meet new people that are going to help cleanse that energy and help you again manifest through your imagination. That's the only way that you can transmute the self-sabotaging energy and get out of the energy of confusion. So what Spirit said is that you grew up without the support, the emotional support, and part of that means that you were oppressed. You didn't go out and find yourself, that there's aspects of you that you don't even know exist. And that if you're going to be in this connection, you would give too much of yourself. And if you give too much of yourself, this would not be a twin flame connection. This would stay a karmic connection. So you're in separation right now because you're doing the healing where you're finding yourself and connecting to other people. And again, like I said, creating yourself, and by playing and by discovering the things that you're into, and you're making a way where there is no way, so that when this person comes back, you're not going to give them too much, is what Spirit says. Remember, in separation, you're healing, you're balancing, you're integrating things on your own so that you'll be ready for that soulmate twin flame connection. And what it shows here is that you and this person both know. You may not like how long it's taking. However, there is a knowing that you guys will be together. You want this and they want it too. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. But before I do, I'm going to pull one more card, and that is advice. And the advice is goodness. In this separation, Spirit says, refine your character and overcome difficulties by reframing, remaining positive. Calm your heart and illuminate your intellect to transform shadow into light. Consciously manifest goodness in and around you. Improve your qualities for the benefit of all. So Spirit saying again, it's like you already are good, but you're making yourself better. You're more balanced. You're stepping into the best version of yourself. This person comes into your life when you have decided to become the best version of yourself. It doesn't mean that all the time it looks right. And it doesn't mean that the relationship is just going to be perfect now. No, what it means is that you're ready to do the work, that you're trying. And in the fact that you're trying, Spirit brings you your twin flame that has the opposite energy, the energy that everywhere where you have wounds, they have gifts, and vice versa, and how you both come together and become like not one person, but almost like their gifts and your gifts together make like the best version of a person per se, but it's not really a person. It's to come together to manifest something, to birth something, because the art of transmutation is to take all that emotional energy from all those past experiences that created trauma, that kept you stuck in a low vibrational frequency, making you feel inadequate, making you feel like there's something wrong with you, taking all those experiences and transmuting them through coming together and working with your twin to birth something so you see yourself differently, because what you're creating is actually going to create a lot of awareness for other people. So people then begin to look at you differently because you're birthing something. So they're seeing it. So it's not an easy connection, but it's the fact that you can't heal certain wounds on your own. The twin flame connection allows you to do that because there's this unconditional love. So you're learning that love is not transactional. And then you're also, again, be working on yourselves in separation. But during those times, you still feel that person is with you. You still feel that connection of unconditional love, which goes back to that there's no time, there's no space, that unconditional love transcends all time and space. And that needs to really be embodied when you have embodied that love is transactional. So again, during this time, it's not a waste. It's time to then polish up to become the best version, not just for yourself, but your twin. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.